everyone. In today's video, I want to talk about how to up-level your outlook and habits. Before you continue, pause the video and go fetch your notepad, as I want you to jot down the 6 steps to transform your outlook on life. By writing it down, you will remember them or refer back to them on those days where you really need them. Here's the thing. You're the one who is responsible for following the action items in this video. You're responsible for the consistent daily effort, even if it's just a little bit. You're the one who has to put in the work to follow through. It takes a different kind of thinking to make change. What got you to this stage of your career or business is not necessarily going to get you to where you need to go. Thus, what got you here will not get you there. It takes a completely new mindset to face challenges and stay optimistic, focused, and productive. And it's not like a light switch that you can flip on and leave on while you're at work. Be the change you wish to see in the world, as Mahatma Ghandi said. You're going to fail a lot, which is great. A little confused by this? Great. This is how it starts. You've been trained to feel like failure is bad. You should be ashamed. You should be embarrassed for imperfection. You should feel guilty for not being better. But ask any truly successful person how many times they have failed. The answer they give shouldn't be news to you. The difference is that the successful person had the courage to get up again, shake off the criticism, look objectively at how to improve, check their pride at the door, and focus on what was actually important for their development. The difference is that successful people look at those embarrassing failures, like we've all had, and shameful criticisms as opportunities to learn about their environment, their audience, their opponents, and themselves. Success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. One of my favorite quotes by Winston Churchill. It takes time to practice this, and it's going to be a little uncomfortable. You're going to need to leave your comfort zone to make things happen. Ever noticed how fear can incapacitate us? Ever notice how it can actually make our minds freeze and stop us from even thinking? This is the exact same fear that many of us have every time we come up with a new idea or solution. We fear what people might say or think. We fear embarrassment. We fear shame. I've experienced it recently when I started the Win at Work podcast. I knew I wanted to share the inspirational stories of women with the world. However, I was anxious of what people might think or say when it's not perfect. However, I have failed and got up enough times to know that people's opinions of me, firstly, don't pay the bills, and secondly, people are too busy thinking about themselves to really be thinking about me. So I keep on saying to myself, when the anxiety crashes like waves over me, Lindy, you are lapping everyone that is sitting on the couch. I have a choice every day. Will I seize the day or let the opportunity to create a life I love slip away? I absolutely love this quote by Vernon Law. I even have it on my wall, which I heard many years ago and is a constant reminder in my life. It goes something like this. Experience is a hard teacher because she gives the test first, the lesson afterwards. I want to dive into 6 steps to transform your outlook on life, to stop your negativity and see life positively. Each of these steps has helped me in my journey as a career woman, as well as a business owner and CEO. So, here we go. Number 1, stop complaining. When you sit around complaining about how terrible your life is, your life will be terrible. Complaining, wallowing, self-pity, none are creators of an enjoyable, satisfying life. The first thing you need to do to transform your outlook on life is to stop complaining about how bad your life is. It's a hard truth, I know. Number 2, practice thought stopping. Before you can open yourself up to positive thinking, you've got to stop your negative thinking. When all of your thoughts are negative, negativity will be all you know. Remember, energy follows thought. You can practice thought stopping by becoming more aware of when your thoughts are based on negativity rather than facts. Our thought life is like a garden, and we are the gardener. In order for us to have a successful life, we need to be intentional with planting or even uprooting thoughts that serve us or may not serve us in our purpose and calling. Cultivating positive and elevating thoughts will yield beautiful flowers in due season. Number 3, end your yes but attitude. Yes but is a marker phrase of a negative outlook. When you yes but life, you see the whole instead of the donut. When asked, do you like your job? You respond, yes, but it doesn't pay well. When someone suggests you look for a better paying job, you respond, yes, but then I might have to move to a different city, and so on. Even life has its ups and downs. But when you only see the downs as significant, you miss all the ups. Number 4, replace negative beliefs by replacing negative, unhelpful thoughts about yourself with positive, helpful ones. You can become more empowered. If, for example, you use people-pleasing thinking, believing that you'll only be happy once everyone likes you, concentrate instead on liking yourself. If you think pessimistically that your life will never work out, tell yourself that your life can be whatever you decide to make it. Choose to see the positives in life rather than the challenges. It's often much easier to focus on the negatives, which leads to a downward spiral of woe's me. I heard the other day, what informs you forms you. So make sure that positivity informs you. Number 5, take positive action. Often it's not enough to change the way you think about yourself and situation. Sometimes you have to do things differently too. As I said in the beginning, what got you here won't necessarily get you there. Let me give you an example. In the summer of 1997, Tiger Woods had played in 17 events and won 5 of them. He was ranked number 2 in all of professional golf. I don't know about you, but if I got to that level in anything I was going to do professionally, I'd be pretty happy. I bet you would too. As a child, starting from when he was only 18 months old, he'd swing a golf club with his left hand. And at some point, he'd made a change to swing with his right. So changing his swing wasn't a crazy concept to him, even though few of us would radically undergo a dramatic change to anything that had worked well enough to put us into the pros and get us to number 2. Nevertheless, in 1997, Tiger realized that the power of his swing was based on how fast his hips turned. The explosive power he had in twisting at the hip had to be matched with the perfect timing of his hand. And as I understand it, he realized that that approach wouldn't serve him in the long run. So he changed his swing. To be clear, people both before and after that had tried to change their swings and had failed miserably. This was a risk, but he took it. And even though it took a couple of years to get it right, from 1999 until about, I think it was 2004, he spent more than 250 weeks in the number 1 position. Then in 2004, guess what happened? He changed his swing. Again, while he was ranked number 1. And from 2005 to 2010, he spent even more weeks at the number 1 position. I don't think there is anyone in the world who better embodies the truth that Max de Pree once wrote. We cannot become what we need to be by remaining what we are. Another way to say this is, what got you here won't necessarily get you there. Number 6, realize that you do indeed have the power to choose a different way. You can see life through a dark, everything is terrible and will always be terrible lens. and have a negative outlook on life. Or you can see life through a clear, everything is what it is and life has ups and downs and that's okay lens, and have a positive outlook on life. The choice is yours to make. So thank you for listening, and if you felt this was helpful, please go and subscribe, press the bell to not miss any of our episodes, and go hop over to our Win at Work podcast to be inspired by other stories of women just doing it scared.